Hello, welcome back. Good morning, y'all. It is May the 24th, I think. It's Friday. I'm out here in the morning in the food forest to give y'all a tour and to talk about why I'd rather be here than most parks within like 6 hours of here. I just don't see the point in leaving and going somewhere else when I have more biodiversity and my landscaping's prettier. So anyway, let's take a tour. I'm sitting here out at the roadside, and this is where I planted my most recent addition to this food forest. I've got jujube, 6 of them, 1, 2. I've got some crookneck squash, sunflowers, Charleston gray watermelon. I think there's at least one melon on here. Look, there it is in there. I've got more crookneck squash here, and then more jujube, 1, 2 on the other side. The jujube I just put in the ground this year, but they've been in pots for 2 years. I grew these from seed. You can see they're starting to make fruit on 3 of them. Over here, there's also pomegranates in here. I've got 4 of those. Got Moon and Stars watermelon. I don't think it's made any fruit yet, but it's starting to flower. I've got cantaloupe, Charente, and golden honeydew. I've got some gummies. I've got 2 sweet scarlet gummies that I took from cutting. Lots of wetland grasses in this area because, as you know, if you watch my channel, let's check out this crepe myrtle real quick. All the water drains from here between our 2 houses, and my yard is designed to intercept that water. And maybe you're starting to notice some of the biodiversity I was talking about. I have over 100 native species I've identified, and I find new ones all the time. Got tons of daylilies. Those are really good, edible, beautiful. That's one I made myself by cross-pollinating with a couple others I had. Here's an American persimmon. We just passed up that Turk's cap. Kumquat's putting on a lot of growth. I stripped off a couple flowers it had, and it's happy for it. Beautyberry, flowering and putting on lots of growth. This persimmon, I pulled all the flowers and little fruits off of it, and it is so happy for that. This one, I left them on, and it hasn't grown hardly at all. It did put on a tiny bit of growth. So next year, I'm going to not let this one fruit. It does have about 25 persimmons on it, and I thinned off another 40 or more. But next year, I'm going to let it grow a little bit. This one I've also let grow. This is Saruga. That was Fuyu you just saw. The other one was supposed to be Hachia, but I think it's another Fuyu. All kinds of natives in here, this area especially. In this swale, I've got a lot more wetland plants coming up. Huge area of aster, goldenrod, muscadines we grew from seed, elderberry. I took cuttings. The neighbor's gardenias sure smell nice and are coming over, but I don't know if I showed y'all last time, but we do have little bitty grapes coming all in here on these muscadines, and obviously we have elderberries. I just planted that cutting last year in the winter. So that's it for this side, but you can see my swales are going to intercept the water. Here's the first one. There's the second. And they take it and send it in these paths, my walking paths, full of all kinds of awesome natives. A lot of this Carolina chicory, desert chicory. Kind of looks like a dandelion, but it's prettier. And my yard is just full of insect biodiversity. There are pollinators, there are wasps. Everywhere you look, there's a different insect doing something around here. So here's that daylily I made up close. Something just flew off of it. And I like this triple petal one. The daylilies are almost done. I could have taken a video earlier and we'd seen like 60 different ones, you know. Here's Roselle coming up from seed. But I think you got some daylilies in the last video. And I don't know. I've been busy doing other stuff. I was playing this game and I got to the finals and ended up losing, but I did get second. There's a bunch of little bees and some kind in here. They look like leaf cutters. They must be come and shred some of these kumquats. We did get about 20 kumquats. Nectarines, sorry. I was just looking off at other stuff. These gladiolus are looking really nice, obviously. The abellia starting to bloom a lot. This Roselle over here is doing great. Wonderful pomegranate. This one's really good size. And some little ones. And there's a few more on here. There's one there. There's one down there in the daylilies. It gets top heavy, this one. You can see I've got more honeydew, sweet potatoes, all along, watermelon. The other side over here, I passed it up, but it's full of squash. I need to retrain a lot of these vines back onto the swales. Maybe pull a little oxalis and grasses, whatever. This Virginia buttonweed. Now this is a native. It spreads like crazy and can be awful, but the chickens love it. It's one of their favorites. So before we head back there, so this is the other nectarine. I'm gonna get some of that for them. This is the other nectarine finally starting to leaf out and grow, so hopefully we'll get fruit from it next year. Same with this Santa Rosa plum. And this blue damson, for how it's been, it's doing great. The red bud, the peaches, we'll go check those out in a second. I have a ton of Virginia buttonweed over here that I let grow every year just for the chickens. So let's get a bunch of it, and it may be called that because of these little seed pods that kind of look like buttons, I guess. I don't know why it's called that, but I guarantee the chickens are going to love this. Alright, let's continue. We're going to wrap this up quick. I'm showing y'all biodiversity. There's so much more here. Any park 6 hours from here, we have a Breck Park across the street, but any state parks, the best they're going to have is a lake. Okay, I don't have a lake, I'll give you that. But, you know, aside from that lake, they've got pines and oaks, maybe a hickory every now and then, maybe some pecans. Okay, I've got all that around here. Undergrowth, they'll have greenbrier, muscadines, maybe some Virginia sweetspire, but not much in biodiversity. Not like you've got here, and this is just, I think, beautifully set up. I mean, you know, obviously, sunchoke's coming up really nicely. This was one plant last year. There's tons of tubers in there, so I'm going to split it up, put a bunch here. Anyway, obviously I'm biased. I created this, but I wouldn't want to go to a park. We went camping recently, and I was just like, man, this is okay. It's different, but kind of rather just be in my backyard, really. So don't judge. I've got 2 kids. There's stuff everywhere. We've been getting a decent bit of green beans this year. Are they making any more right now? No. We're starting to get, these are red currant tomatoes. There's a bunch of little tomatoes on there. This one, I don't even remember what this one was, but it's covered in tomatoes. We're getting black-eyed peas starting up, making pods along here. That's nice. The mulberries are just about done. I'm starting to prune this one from the bottom. I want the kids to be able to fit under it and just be able to grab up and grab berries. So I might take out this last branch here, but that would be the last one I took. And I'll do that when it's dormant. I have been letting the chickens out a little bit. You can see they dug a little right here. They haven't been able to be as destructive now that things are grown up. There's just so much for them to mess with that they can't really do much damage. This mayhaw, I'm struggling with keeping it up because it's so top heavy, but I'm working on it. I honestly think it's sick and dying. So yeah, look, it's got some kind of fungus and is like bleeding everywhere. And look, there's the fungus at the bottom. Okay, so this mayhaw never did anything for us. I guess I can't be that sad. It's gone. It's like 6 years old, and this is all it is. I didn't treat it nicely. I didn't know how to for a long time. Hey, girls. Y'all see this buttonweed? Oh, yeah. Look, they have a bunch of food left, but they're ignoring that because they want this. I just fed them this morning. I just came out. The family's still asleep, so I figured good time to shoot a video. You might hear some traffic. People are commuting to work. I'm off on Fridays, thankfully, but I do work 10 hours the other days, so let's go check out the kids' garden real quick. We'll check out my potted plants, and we'll check out the back food forest. That Pakistan mulberry, if you remember in the winter, we got another, what was it, like 19 degrees? And so I cut this down to here. And since then, it has grown taller than I can even reach. Like a good foot taller than I can reach, and I'm 5'11". There's dill the kids planted. There's pineapple sage. There's some native frog fruit and mist flower. There's this red Turk's cap, rosemary. I think that's all that survived. Oh, they've got a garlic chives over here. So that's the kids' garden. It's doing well. These gardenias are smelling nice back here. Here's my creek area. I've got that swamp hibiscus. I've got the same one in the front, the pink one. I've got cucumbers starting to climb up this structure I made, and they're starting to make cucumbers. Oh, yesterday I picked about 20 blackberries. I didn't notice that they were getting ripe, and I came back here to take a picture of this Texas Star hibiscus, the white one. Look at how my bald cypress is filling out. It's so beautiful. And I saw some blackberries, and then I just kept looking around, and they were everywhere. So I think there is a wren family living in that house back there. They get upset when I come back here to get the berries. So I'm just gonna quickly get a close-up of this for y'all. And look at the figs. It's crazy. It's like 3 times as tall as me. That one right there is only a year old, a year and a half. It's been in the ground. These mulberries are a year old, twice as tall as me. They were put here to protect this avocado. I'm about to completely cut this one to the ground, and I want to do the same with this one. Barbie keeps being like, no, I want more mulberries, but like, I need more. I need more light for this avocado. The Suicene mulberry, I did the same as I did with the Pakistan over there to protect it in the cold. And look at that growth. I mean, talk about, it's taller than me, taller than I can reach already in just one growing season. Oop, I've got a fire ant on me. Oh, there it is. Ow. That one's gonna sting. So fire ants inject formic acid in you when they bite, and if you have a few of them on you, they might not be biting you, and the second one bites, they send out a signal, and it makes them all bite you at the same time. And so all of a sudden you have all these painful spots, and you need to get them off of you as fast as you can, because every millisecond they're on there, they're pumping more formic acid, and it's going to bubble up, and you need to pop that thing and get that out of your skin so it doesn't keep harming you. Anyway, fire ant lessons. We're getting close to wrapping this up, y'all. Sorry. I've got tons of angel red pomegranates back here. I mean, just, you saw the flowers in the last video if you watched it, and flowers turn to fruit. So lots of fruit back here. Let's go in the figs. We can do it. I did trim this left fig a little bit to open up this area. You can see this area is just fruit city. Like, talk about, you can just sit in here and eat figs all day once these start to ripen. Just everywhere you look. So very happy with this situation. It does make it hard to walk. I lost that walking path on that side, but I did, like I said, I trimmed this one here on this side, and we have this walking path maintained. So I've got sweet basil coming up. I seeded this area. I've got Tulsi basil, holy basil, coming up over there too. That's where it originally was. I've got all kinds of arugula, I imagine, from all these seeds. And I've got lots of lettuce going to seed right now. I'll spread that on this side like I spread the arugula on that side. Come fall, winter, we're going to have a good crop, hopefully. You can see the Touch Me Not loves this shady area, is doing great under this gumi and fig and satsuma, ironweed, goldenrod. That orange I planted is just getting overtaken. There's a volunteer tomato, there's asters, goldenrod, basil, some kind of volunteer cucurbit, dragonflies. Like, just when I tell y'all there's wildlife everywhere here, there's black racers, there's garter snakes, there's rat snakes, there's skinks, geckos, lizards, of course, just all different kinds of native bees and other bees, honeybees, of course. But it's these native guys that I'm really happy about. I'm seeing them everywhere. They're all over the melons in the front. They're all over all these flowers in the back. Whoa, that carrot's flowering. Wow. Guess I missed harvesting that one in time. I need to get in here and get the rest of these out. We've got some good sized carrots. You can see we worked through half the bed about eating carrots. I stuck some red currant suckers here about 2 weeks ago, and it looks like 3 of them survived. So we'll have red currant tomatoes here. Lemon verbena. Looks like a shiso came up. I thought I got rid of those years ago. I'll have to pull that and give it to the chickens. here on the other side of the muscadines. Oh, I have an Asiatic lily in there randomly. Don't know where that came from. What else? Still getting blueberries. Here's a blueberry. I'd eat it, but I intermittent fast till 11, so I'll get these for Aviana. She loves berries. She ate all the blackberries, all the mulberries, all the blueberries. Oh yeah, I've got Jing Orange okra. My onions back here are just doing incredible, like just massive onion supply. Cilantro everywhere. This is, I think this is Clemson Spineless. I planted Cajun Jewel, Jing Orange, and Clemson Spineless. So here's the others. They're tucked in there. You can see I need a weed really bad. I don't spend much time out here this year just to harvest. Everything's growing like crazy, but I've been busy. I was playing my game, and I've been doing a lot of painting, and I'm busy with work and kids, of course. But that's okay. Everything's doing fine. It just needs a little bit of upkeep. So I need to get out here, do some manual weeding. But you can see everything's doing great. Oh, I passed right by these. Again, I guess we came the other way. These are loofah. So I'm growing some loofah up here, and hopefully they'll cover this whole thing, and we'll get lots of gourds. Get a bunch of sponges and seeds. What, Clarabelle? What are you saying? Chicoletta. Clarabelle. Do you want to tell the nice people bye? Tell them bye. Bye-bye. Y'all have a good one. Take care. Very, very quickly, I've got weeping willow. I've got, of course, roses and 4 o'clocks. I've got pomegranates, roses, Suicine mulberries, all kinds of mulberries, all kinds of other cuttings. And then I've got, spin, figs. All right, y'all take care.